Essay example. This is an example of a 5-paragraph essay. Climate change. Are you concerned about climate change? This is a question asked around the world as weather conditions become more extreme and cause more damage to areas inhabited by people, plants, and animals. Is human activity the cause of climate change? If so, what effect will this have on the planet? If the climate is actually changing, is there anything that we can do about it? Scientists believe global warming is caused by human activity, and this leads to climate change. As fossil fuels such as oil, coal, and gas are burned to produce energy, carbon dioxide, CO2, is released into the atmosphere. These CO2 emissions have a direct impact on air temperature by absorbing and retaining more energy from the sun. This is also known as the greenhouse effect. Scientists have detected a measurable increase in both CO2 emissions and in the average air temperatures around the world over the last 100 years. The relationship between the two is clear, but ignoring the effects of global warming could have devastating consequences. Worldwide, increasing air temperatures have resulted in more precipitation in some areas while other areas have become drier. The severity of strong storms and high winds has increased. Ice that normally remains intact year-round at the North Pole is melting, creating more open water which absorbs more heat. Permafrost in Canada and Greenland is also showing signs of melting. All of these events indicate a warming planet. Despite an abundance of evidence that climate change is now upon us, there are many who remain skeptical of the science. However, time is of the essence and we need to start changing our behavior immediately while the science is still being debated. The prudent thing to do now is to develop alternatives to coal and gas consumption. Not only does this improve air quality, it also becomes a source for new jobs and clean industries that produce solar, wind, and geothermal energy. Additionally, the construction industry has seen a boom in recent years of new, dense housing located closer to places where people work. It has also been shown that corporations and consumers can save money by recycling, by reusing once discarded materials, and by reducing waste. Actions taken to reduce a carbon footprint become a win for all who are involved. Ultimately, the truth of the situation will be revealed. Scientists acknowledge that the Earth's climate naturally changes over long durations of time. However, careful measurements of air and soil samples show that human activity has greatly accelerated climatic changes in a short amount of time. The planet is now covered with cities, highways, machines, and human beings whose activities are directly impacting the environment. To say that the presence of nearly 7 billion people does not have an impact on the Earth's ecosystem is to live in denial of the facts and the evidence that prove the Earth's climate is, indeed, changing.